All right. So, besides me eating, and I will, I will come off mute if I have to reply. I will mute my microphone so I'm not making a bunch of lewd noises into it while I eat.
Yep.
Let's finish up in the desert here tentatively. If you all are just, even if it's, we're going to go to bed, and okay, that's fine. Or if you have a nighttime caper or whatever else that you want to do, we're going to finish up with you all. And then we're
Yep.
going to hop across Mesotopia down to Mesomascus specifically and pick up with Bright and Norallie.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, I would love to end up, as I'm enjoying the hookah and enjoying the company of these lovely gentlemen who are watching over me and stalwart protection of my person. Though others would just call them prison guards, I'd like to paint them in a little bit different of a light. So, at this point, I'm gonna end up approaching one of the guards and make it a point to end up going towards, well, that wonderful winning smile with the overbite of a black dragonborn. Heading over to the guard to end up discussing specifically to see if I can figure out what the orders are. So that is most certainly my plan. I don't know what it is for the lovebirds, but Muffin Top is on top, so that's good enough, I suppose. But who knows? Maybe maybe Rigor Mortis will finally end up finding his way to turn the tables.
So Seltur wants to go and do a little bit of reconnoitering with the guards, see what she can see, feel out what she can feel out, and
A lot, I
where does this leave
suppose.
Selene and or Mordecai?
I don't know.
We have a rough plan. Guess. Just head south as far as we can, and if it turns out that we're not going that direction, we change it.
Using overwhelming force if need be.
Ha!
That'll do quite nicely.
Okay then. So you're gonna go on a ride south with everyone else. Then we will. I will keep that in mind.
Plan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I will keep that in mind, and we are now going to swap over to our team to the south. Our dream team of Norallie and Bright, as they are in Lake Right Eye. Oh, Hypnotic Gamer, thank you very much for the continued subscription. So we have you two who are you're making plans of your own to ship out, just in a different way. We pick up with you two, and what are you doing?
First thing is unmute myself. That's always good.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you can talk.
So, we were gonna pick up our scrolls from the wizard shop, and I think that's actually where we left off. We were going to. I don't remember if the ship that we wanted leaves tonight or tomorrow, so I think it's tomorrow.
The not like big cruise ship, the high-end cruise ship, that's leaving today. The smaller private one was leaving tomorrow.
Okay, well we wanted the big one, so I guess we'll have to hurry up. We'll have to get our scrolls and hurry down there.
Okay. So you were you were in the midst of some important business transactions with the rather hapless wizard's apprentice here, and he was going to check some records and whatnot since his teacher was away on very important business, and he was doing the best he can with the resources that he has available, and was making a fantastic show of it.
I'm sorry we won't get to meet the real wizard, but that's okay. I mean, we met him before and he was nice to us, and we were nice to him. So it's okay that we can deal with the apprentice, as long as he can find the scrolls and make change and all those things. He was going to give us some gems.
Yes. Okay. So, you were going to be presented a couple scrolls that you had on order. And that was going to be Nistel's magical aura, or magic aura. And that will be present. And we will see... I can't manufacture. Oh, there we go. There's not a visual representation here. And he is going to also have a scroll of detect thoughts.
I like that one.
And knock.
Okay, those are all good spells. I'm pretty happy with that. Do we know how much it costs?
Why, yes. For... Let's see. Sorry, everyone. We're playing a little bit of a mini accounting game right now. It's a very hidden sub game inside of D&D. Find it real quick. All right, so we have the first spell scroll is going to be 500 gold pieces. No, wait, I'm sorry, not 500. That one is going to be 100 gold pieces.
That's better.
Yep.
Those are all level 2 spells, so...
And the second one is going to be 500 gold pieces. Pardon me, I should be done eating now. For the Awaken spell scroll, let's see. Awaken is what level?
It's level 5.
Oh, alright then. Apparently the Awaken spell scroll is 500 gold pieces. And... Shatter's going to be 200. It's going to be 500 for Sleet Storm.
Are those wands or scrolls? for those.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Just Norallie wanted
those were
wands.
you were seeking wands. This store won't have wands. They will have scrolls though, because that's what they're specializing in. They could probably they can provide you a reference to a wand maker, but they can provide you a scroll, but not a wand.
Okay.
And anything else?
Well, I asked for 3 scrolls, and you only gave me prices for 2.
Phantom Steed is what level?
Well, 3. That wasn't one of my first. That wasn't one of the ones you said though. Said that there would be knock, detect thoughts, and nistles, and you said one of them was 100 and one was 500, but not which one was which.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the
and nothing
at
for
other
the
list.
third.
100.
Okay. Okay, so which of the 3 is 500? I probably don't want that one.
That was the second number I generated. So off the list, it wasn't. Nistles was the first, and the second one would have been detect thoughts, and then knock was the third spell.
Okay, so I'm really sorry about the mix-up. I thought detect thoughts wouldn't cost so much. Maybe if you detected my thoughts, you would have known I probably wouldn't want to pay this much for it. So
Oh, I never thought
I
of
don't
that.
know. If I detected your thoughts, I would have known that. See, that's
And then
why I
you
want
could have
this
told
spell.
me to cast detect thoughts on you. Oh, I'm getting the hang
Exactly.
of this.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that is just a little bit too much money for this spell. I'm sorry. So is it okay if I just go with Nistles and the knock?
Yeah, I'm happy to sell any scrolls.
So Nistles and knock I'll take, and I'm also going to need, I guess, 200 gold worth of magic ink.
Okay.
Ink is really expensive for some reason.
Well, magic ink is always in demand, and unfortunately, well, as we kind of know, and he looks down to the stain. Accidents also happen. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be working that one
So-
off for a while.
Yeah, so when they say that when accidents happen, everybody pays, but actually, right now it's mostly me. So, so anyway, so I'll just take those 2 scrolls and the bottles of ink, and then whatever Norallie wants. So that'll be, I guess, 400 gold for me, and I'll probably want. You were gonna pay me 1,000, right?
You're gonna have to remind me as the DM what the numbers were from last week if you have it written
Pretty
down.
sure it was gonna be 1,000, but
Okay.
maybe we could take like a little bit of gold and silver just for some change, and then you can give us the rest in gems.
Okay. So
Actually, we can settle up the gems in the off week in case there's a confusion.
he tells you that he'll go and see. He thinks he knows where sort of like a reserve of ink is because they don't have a lot right now, which is why the master was out. And so he is going to turn and go into the back room, saying, "I'll be just a minute. If anyone walks in, just tell them that I'll be right with them, okay?"
Okay.
And so he's in the back room. Now, he has left all of the scrolls on the table or on the counter. You could act however you wish from here, but he has...
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the scroll I want yet, does he?
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and hop up on the table and read all the scrolls. See what's here. Crit scrolls.
They were the spells that I read out to you, and Phantom Steed is here too, apparently.
Okay.
But
What about Awaken? Is the Awaken here? And that's technically not on my spell list, so I don't know if you'd let me like recognize it, but I'd probably recognize like a powerful scroll I can't read at least.
yeah, there's I mean, there would be some spells that you are not able to read, which is always an interesting effect. No one can quite explain that, but I guess that's how magic works. But Norallie, as Bright, has hopped up on the counter and is flicking through things. She's kind of like holding one up and trying to read it, but you can read it. It's Awaken.
Yay! Ooh, I found one. Ooh, I can read this.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to.
This is what I want. This is the one I
Okay.
want.
Did he say how much this one cost?
No.
Hasn't said how much it cost. Okay. So I'm not going to steal this scroll.
I think Awaken was 500. Because that was a level 5 spell, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one
That's
that I
level
rolled
5.
1d10 on. So that one was 500.
So, this is a very trusting guy, but we were also really trusting with them before because we let them keep our trinkets overnight to appraise them. So I don't think we should steal from him. But if you want to, I could take my stuff first and leave, and then you could maybe have the store to yourself for a minute. But also he's bringing back our change, so I don't know that we'd even make any money. So maybe we shouldn't.
I mean,
Also, we wouldn't have any ink, and we wouldn't. I mean, it would be tough for me to. Without the ink, I couldn't. My spell book, so that wouldn't be very good either. So hopefully he'll just come back with the ink, unless you have a better plan.
No, my brother usually makes.
Okay, I will make a couple of dust bunnies though in the corner.
Okay. They're hopping around and having a grand old time. All right. You hear? I'm almost there. Hang on. I have to walk carefully. And you're hearing kind of.
Do you
that
need help back there?
tink, tink,
I don't
tink,
want
tink.
you to spill. I don't want you to. I'll just run back there. I'm sorry if this is employees only, but I don't want you to have another accident, and I know you're accident prone.
Okay. So you run out there and you're lending him some aid, which is good. Because he could have been facing disaster here. You're like, oh, I'll come back and help. He's like, no, I gotta. And you just in time, you're there, and you. Oh, pardon me. And he's a small human child, and you're a small, not human, not child, but the same size.
Yeah.
And so you're able to kind of like, whoa, got him. And the ink is stable, like you hear it kind of like sloshing around in the vials, and so just he's breathing just.
That was a close one. Maybe you should learn. You know, there's a spell where you can get things off of high shelves without having to climb up there, and you hardly ever drop things with it. See, it looks like this. It's a mage hand. Oh, if your master wants you to use this one or not, but it might be better for him too in terms of his profits, and also if he stands under things, it might be better for him too in terms of bumps on his head.
Oh,
if you learned how to do this one.
There's so much I need to learn how to do, but thank you so much, and I don't mean any offense by it, but you smell really nice.
Yeah, thank you. Berries.
Now, he's kind of goes out and he hops up onto the step stool and puts the ink on the. He puts the ink on the counter. So this is what I was able to find.
Okay.
And
With
there's
the right amount of ink.
There's like 12 vials of ink. Okay.
That's a lot of ink. I don't think I need that much because I'm only buying the 2 scrolls, so I guess I only need the four bottles.
Okay. Let's see here. The red one, the one with the red ribbon was something, and then there's the ones with the blue ribbon. And then
Are they different?
And there's the one with the black ribbon. But it's weird because the ink is all the same color. I don't maybe it's because some people can't see all colors, and maybe that's why he does that.
Um,
I don't know if it's any different. It's all ink. It's all in the same, it's all in the same vial. Do you have a
yeah.
favorite color? I'll just sell it to you.
I mean, you can probably guess my favorite color, but I like other colors too. Probably, I mean, it might be that the different colors of ribbon are ink that's optimized for different spell schools. Sometimes that happens, or it might be ink that's for different kinds of pens, because I know I do a lot of writing, and sometimes you need the right kind of ink to go with the right kind of pen. But I have every kind of pen, so whatever kind of ink you give me is probably going to work for that. And it could also, I mean, I don't really know your master system. That seems like something you could learn without even falling off of anything.
Well, judging by your hair, you really enjoy light red, and
We call that pink.
oh, okay. A couple guy friends of mine, they keep saying that it's not pink, it's light red, and they got really defensive about it.
Yeah, I don't know
it's
about.
pink.
Well, but I also I have another friend who says that
I like
yeah,
how she's not reddish blue; she's purple.
Another friend of mine says that let's see, that some colors are opposite, and sometimes opposites can be good in Magic.
Yeah, that's true as well.
And so let's see.
It's all about amplifying the essence of the thing you're trying to do, and sometimes you need the synergy, and sometimes you need antipathy. It works like that.
Those are some really neat words you just said. I hope I can say words
Yeah.
like that one day.
So, have you considered learning a trade? What
Well, of
does your
course,
father do?
I learned how to trade all the time. I was trading in here with you.
I meant like plumbing or something.
Oh, not really. I'm kind of here because I needed to learn and to, I guess, get out of the house and just things. So that's why I'm here. Let's see. You know what? I like the color green, and I think I think that green is a complement to red. And so I'm gonna sell you these green ribbon ink vials, and I want you to take them. Well, not take them. You have to buy them, but I want you to take them after buying them as a compliment. And he feels so like his chest kind of puffs out, like he just did masterful wordplay. And
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Detect Magic, and that is not a ritual. That's a regular ritual.
okay,
So
the ink
mostly
does
interested
glow
in ink.
magical. Transmutation magic is on the ink.
Do any of the inks look different from the others?
Um,
And I
There
probably
is
would have done this in
non-magical
wizard
ink.
school too, so I should have a pretty good idea of what regular magic ink looks like.
there would also be illusion. Illusion ink would be. I guess we'll sign that to the blue ribbon.
Okay. Do you mind if I ink for about 10 minutes before I pick?
Oh, yeah. Like you just want to swirl it in the vial, or
I just kind of wanna see how thick it is and see which one
sure.
I like best.
Just
Okay.
just remember, just because it's not toxic doesn't mean you can eat it.
I wasn't planning to drink it.
That's good.
So Norallie, we have a few minutes. Do you do you want to browse? Maybe you can negotiate with him. I think he likes you, and you could probably negotiate with him on the price of that awaken scroll.
Oh, yeah.
And meanwhile, I wanna fondle the please fondle the illusion ink.
Okay. So you're over there now. You're doing identify as a ritual.
That has to be a ritual.
Okay.
I don't have it prepared.
You're checking the viscosity. So, Norallie, you have 11 minutes to, I don't know, browse. to talk to. I don't know what you'd like to do here.
I want this scroll.
Okay,
how
that'll
much
be
was it?
500 gold pieces, please.
500's a lot, though.
It is. It's 500.
It is 500. Could it be not 500?
Is this a magic question?
Yes. Could it be less than 500?
Well, I was told with magic anything is possible. And so, yes, I'm sure with magic that this can be less than 500. I just, he kind of leans in, I just don't really know how that spell would work.
I don't either. So, if magic was used, what price would it be instead of 500?
Oh, that really depends. I guess whatever the magic spell is that reduces. If you're really powerful, you can put a lot of magic juice. That's what I call it. I call it magic juice. You can put a lot of magic juice into your spell, and it's really powerful, and it has greater effects than even what you can read about in a book.
Heard about that. Checking my spell list. What type of magic do you think would make it be less than 500?
Let's see. Well, I guess in a broad sense, if you use some kind of illusion magic, you could cover the price tag and make 500, say 50. Or you could use evocation magic and you could just burn it up and then it's nothing because it's dust. And let's see.
But that would make it like worth. I mean, unless the dust would be worth 500, but then you can't use it.
You can try. Oh, how about this? You could try necromancy.
How?
Hey, lean in. I just can't. This is a theory I'm working on. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the deal.
Yeah,
A lot of scrolls are made of vellum, and vellum is like a sheepskin. It's actually like a leather. And so if you were able to bring the sheep back to life, you could just buy the sheep, and sheep cost a lot less than 500 gold pieces.
I see.
Yeah. It's
But
a
would you
theory.
still be able to use the spell? Because it'd be like under all the wool. You wouldn't be able to read it.
I don't see why not. It would just be kind of like a tattoo. Or maybe the wool would be like the words. Well, that's really interesting.
But it'd be really curly. It'd be hard to see.
Oh, you're smarter than you think you are, let alone than I think you are. Wait, was that a compliment? I meant that as a compliment.
Yeah, that was probably a compliment.
Okay. But yeah, you could try necromancy and then you just buy a sheep instead.
Yeah, that would... Right, can we get a sheep?
Sure. You have to take care of it.
Oh no, another animal to take care of.
I'm still funneling this ink.
Yes.
Okay, what if I do this and try to cover up one of the zeros?
The dancing lights. It does kind of blot it out in the. So yeah, you just put a little like mote of light over it, and he says, "Well, it does kind of make it a little too bright to read, but it's still there. I don't think that works."
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any other ideas?
I do. What if it was so dark that you couldn't read it?
Oh. So like, if we spilt ink on the scroll sheet?
No, like if... And I dropped the dancing lights. If, like, there were no lights.
Huh. Oh, you mean like that thing your people can do?
Yeah, make it dark.
I don't know. I suppose we could try.
It's really dark in the room.
Hello? Yeah, so Bright, you're over there like you're swirling and wafting and your little gnome fingers are all over the vials and everything. And it just someone turned on the dark. You just sort of like look over and just this hemisphere of darkness is enveloping part of the counter. And you hear the attendant say, well, the darkness worked.
Yeah, so how much does it cost
Quickly
now?
move out of the so that I can finish my spell.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're saying that this was done off to the side. You're not enveloped in darkness.
Okay, that's good.
I can't read it, but I have to imagine it would still say 500 unless something's
But it's
changed.
dark. But it's dark, you can't see it.
Oh. But then I don't know. I mean, we'd have to be able to see if the scroll still says what it says, and if the price is still there, the spell's unchanged. I can't see. But if the scroll is still unchanged or here or whatever, then I'm sure we'll check it out. I love doing magical experiments. So if you could just drop this very, very scary darkness, we can check on the scroll.
Hey, Bright. I just like kind of step out of the darkness. Do you think you could change this? Just like cover that a little bit?
Not right now. I still have like 4 minutes left before I can do that.
Okay, hold on.
I have to keep them busy.
The dark's gonna be on for like 5 minutes. Give it hold on. I'm gonna step back into the darkness.
Okay, so like Norallie was just like peering out and kind of like whisper, okay, and then you slink back in, and he's like, "Wow, it."
I'm sorry, I don't know how to turn it off.
Aren't you afraid of the dark, Norallie?
No, it gets dark at night. So, when you're outside in the dark, it's dark.
Why do you go outside at night?
Oh,
don't you have a home?
Maybe.
Maybe. Was it on fire when you left? Could it not be there?
It wasn't there.
Still, yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I thought that someone like you would probably live in a more fire-resistant house, but I guess that's not the case.
Yeah, you'd think they'd build them better.
I hope that I hope that your house is there. I mean, that's probably going to make your mom and dad really upset.
Yeah, they probably would be upset about that.
Oh. Well, yeah, but if you end up still getting to go to school, then many schools have places that you can, and so Bright, you're hearing Norallie in this in this slightly Twitter-pated human boy are having a conversation in the dark. I mean, it doesn't suppress noise, so you're just hearing this exchange. And
I'm not really paying very close attention.
No, I understand. It's I mean, they're not. I mean, Norallie's probably kind of whispering back, but the boy's being rather obtuse in his questions. Your identify spell is going to go off during this conversation, and with your little your pearl. All right, so the ink with the green ribbon, the transmutation.
I can only identify one, and it was going to be the illusion one.
Oh, I'm sorry, the illusion one then. The ink with the blue ribbon, the illusion. This is an ink that is providing the ability to I want to describe this in a succinct manner. you can write with it, and what you write can become an image. It's almost like a form of minor illusion that allows you to almost have like a children's pop-up book, but with images. So if you write a description of something, you walk through the beautiful green forest, and the sun was orange in the sky, and a black cat crosses your path. This ink, as you're writing, would make a minor image equivalent of this scene, like, play out and come to life.
Well, that's really cool. That's like the best ink ever, and now I have kind of an idea of what the transmutation ink might do too. That's interesting too. What was the last one?
Normal.
The last one
when I
was...
say normal ink, it's all magical ink. It's just that some is magical ink, and not just
Yeah.
a higher
Okay.
quality.
So I don't know that I want to use this ink to write in my spell book. I think that could have interesting side effects that I don't necessarily want in a spell book. In a regular book, it would be pretty awesome. But so what I would like to do as soon as Norallie turns off the dark, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna want to buy some extra ink then.
Wait, are you done identifying?
Yeah.
I need you to change this price tag. She pops out of the dark.
Okay. I could do that. That's pretty easy. I should be able to that's the wrong one. I need this one.
Prestidigitation.
I can make a small mark or symbol appear on an object. So the small mark or symbol that I'm going to make appear is a different price on the price tag.
Okay.
Whatever Norallie wants.
What would you like to do with? So the price says 500 on it. What would you like to do to that?
Oh, I don't want to be too greedy. Let's make it 400.
Okay.
Like 300.
Okay, I'll do 300. Norallie says 300.
Going, sold! It's a reverse auction trying to drive it down, though.
Weirdest auction ever.
All right, so Norallie, you pop out. You're like, change the price, and she wiggles her fingers, and it's 300 now instead of 500. And you pop back into the darkness, and
I turn it off. I'm standing in front of the kid. I'm like, okay, it worked.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
my eyes just got used to being in the darkness, and now it's just so bright.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm right here.
Huh? That's right. I'm sorry, Bright. Not you, but brightness is hurting my eyes right now. Hold on.
Yeah.
And he kind of wipes away some tears. Oh, wow.
Right.
How did that work?
You just hold it in the dark long enough to where you forget that the price was there, and then when you turn the lights back on, it's different.
Whoa.
Yeah, you should try it sometime.
Oh man, mind magic sounds like the best. I could make people like me, and I could have people do anything I want them to.
Yeah, you need to be careful with those spells, though.
Especially Lawrence.
Yeah. Who's Lawrence? Tell me about Lawrence.
Lawrence is the bully at the pier.
Does he talk funny?
No. Well, I mean, kind of, but that's because that's just because he's missing some teeth. But no, he's someone who pushes other kids into the river.
That's not very nice.
Angry, and that makes me angry. And I bet if I was able to go in and make him like super happy, or just make him. Can I just turn off someone's brain? Oh, that'd be interesting.
I mean, you can, but that's not a spell you really want to learn. That's a really dangerous spell.
I don't do that, but I heard about people doing that.
Well, Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah. So wow, that worked. It says 300. I guess it's 300 then.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna want 4 bottles of the black ink, and then 2 bottles each of the colored inks.
Okay. So let's see. The normal inks are 50 a piece, and the blue ones, I think. I don't know. I don't think they cost anything different. They just have a ribbon, but yeah, whatever. 50 a piece. I'm feeling really good. I learned something today. And you know what? I'm more determined than ever that I want to learn enchantment magic.
You'll probably learn more things later today. So, uh-oh.
All right, so you're buying how many vials of ink?
So I'm going to need 4 vials of regular ink,
Okay.
2 vials of colored ink each. So that'll be a total of 8 vials of ink, so 400 gold worth of ink. Wow, that's a lot of ink. And then the 200 for the scrolls that I wanted. So that's 600.
Okay.
And then Noralie's is coming out of the same amount?
Yeah.
Okay. So 300 for her scroll.
Okay.
And great. That'll leave us with 100 gold.
Okay.
So you might even have 100 gold.
Oh yeah, it's
we could take some garnets or something.
Well, I have some gems. I think there's still enough in the what was it, the pretty cash? I don't know why it's supposed to look so good.
Petty cash. It means little cash. Like there's not very much of it. And there's probably even less after you use it all for change.
Oh, is that what your people use as money?
No, we have gold pieces and things. We just don't use them very much because our society is a little different. It's not about how much money you have, it's about what you can give to people.
Oh, okay. I heard a couple people saying that gnomes can be really petty, and I thought maybe that's just what, that was.
Oh, that's not very nice of them. They shouldn't have said that. That's a different kind of petty. But I think that's not very nice. Actually, most gnomes are really nice.
Oh.
Even rock gnomes. They're a little harder to get to know, but they're just as nice. But anyway, so
Common, such a weird language.
Gnomish is a fun language. You should learn that. It might be safer for you than learning spells. But so I can give you a gift if you want.
Sure. Hang on though. He puts the coffer up. Opens it. Did you want this in money or gems?
Gold pieces would be better.
Okay. He counts it out. 10,
and
10,
a
10,
few
10,
silver
10.
too.
Oh, sure. And he'll change it out. So, with whatever within reason, I guess, of copper and silver, you have 100 gold pieces of change.
Okay. I'll just put that all in my inventory this time.
Yeah. I still have the gold in the shoes.
Oh, do you have magic incense here?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. You burn it, and it's very magical, just in a different way. Magic can manifest in so many different ways, but I think we have some of that stuff.
So I would like 20 GP worth of magic incense.
Oh, gee. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think I have it by the scoop here. Yeah, just I'll go get it here.
10 gold per scoop, just like at the Aslandian restaurant.
Okay. And so he goes and he comes back out and he's like, okay, so this is my master keeps this around, and so he opens it up, and there's it's not like it's not in cubes or whatever, but it is all like kind of like crushed loose leaf, and he opens it up. He's like, okay, so I think it's incense, so we're gonna put this. And he puts like a long piece of paper down in there, and he starts like filling it with the herbs, and then he rolls it, and he hands you 2 sticks of magic incense.
Okay, is it the right amount of incense?
Seems to be.
Okay. It's tempting to try to cheat him here, but I won't. Okay, so I can for Lawrence, if you want. Have time? We could go down to the river and
You can what for Lawrence?
well, I can help you with him if you want.
Yeah. I already had lunch, but I don't think anyone else knew that I ate lunch already, so I'm just going to go on lunch again. And why don't we go down to the pier and really teach Lawrence a lesson?
Arlie, do you have time? How much time do we have? I don't want to miss the boat.
It's not leaving until the evening time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have time.
So I have an idea. So how about this? You do something that'll get Lawrence to try to push you around, and then when the time comes, I'll change it.
Me or him? Who are you talking to?
I was talking to the boy.
Okay.
Okay. He's as long as Lawrence can go in the water, that'll make him happy.
We can definitely do that.
All right, so you march your way down to the pier, and sure enough, this Lawrence character is there. I mean, we're talking almost like stereotypical. He's got like the very short, almost crew cut hair, the shirt that's a little too small for him, so his outie belly button is just kind of hanging out. I mean, he definitely looks like a bruiser for a kid, but
okay.
You know, he's a big boy, and he's just kind of hanging out with a couple other like ne'er-do-wells by some cargo crates by the pier.
Okay, so I'm going to would like to hide someplace within 30 feet.
Sure, there's crates or some other some dock pylons that you could hide behind.
Okay, and then I'm gonna tell what's the boy's name?
Shoot, what is my apprentice boy's name? It was something that was handy and easy to remember because it was by my desk.
Yeah, that's not working.
We'll call him Ave.
Ave, okay. So Ave, what I want you to do is go up and insult Lawrence or pick on him. You can say anything you want for probably the first time ever. You can say anything you want to him, and it's gonna be just fine.
Okay, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so wonderful. And he starts striding out there. Lawrence! Yeah, Lawrence! And the kid kind of like, whatever. No, you listen to me, Lawrence.
I'm inside a box now. Not magic,
okay.
fake box.
You step up to me. Today, I'm not going to be the one that goes in the water. And you know why? And Lawrence is kind of like looking at the friends, and the friends are like, who's... Sure, tell me why, kid. I mean, not that he's a kid too, but he's trying to act like, you know, big bad wharf boss here. That's because I have the power of friendship. And on top of that, I have a super hot tiefling girlfriend who's going to back me up. And you're going to get all jealous and you're going to just be dumb forever. And you're gonna be you're gonna be dumb and you're gonna be fat. Yeah. And Lawrence is just like looks to his friends, and they're like kind of doing like rock paper scissors a couple times, and Lawrence is like, I guess it's me. And so the two ne'er-do-wells kind of sit back on the crate and are just sort of like, woo, get him, Lawrence. And so Ave here is just. Yeah, come on. Are you jealous? I hope you're ready.
I'm gonna give Ave a pat and be like, go get him. Mage armor. I hit that dice.
Oh, you're gonna use a mage armor. Okay.
Roll a
So-
d20 for me, please.
Oh boy.
I mean, you could let something happen. You could let something
I'm
slip through
really,
the gate.
I'm really hoping for the one here. It's best.
Not a one.
Oh,
All right.
it almost looks like a one, but it's not.
So you open the gate,
you want it
magic
to be a
slips out,
one?
and you close it in time. And
Right, do you want it to be a one?
I mean, here, yeah, I really want it to be a one.
Let's make it a one.
all right. So Norallie, you are
Fireball
willing to
sent it
let the
himself.
chaos flow through you. Roll a percentile for me, then, please. And we'll see what
42.
happens when you cast mage armor on Ave. A 42. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Classes. Sorcerer.
Please, no fireball.
42 is you turn into a potted plant until the start of your next turn. While a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your form reverts. All right, so Norallie, you step up and you touch Ave, and he glows with magical mage armor before reverting down into a potted plant. And
I am standing next to her.
I think it affects.
Herbert just
I think it
glanced
affects
next to me.
Norallie, not Ave.
Affects the caster, not the target.
oh,
Yeah.
So Norallie turns into a potted plant.
I'm doing this. Right?
yeah, because you know what? That's
It's
fine.
so
The wild
funny.
magic zone was wild magic, but it was a little bit out of your control. I'm in that case. So yes, I'm sorry, Norallie. So you turn into a potted plant, and Ave is standing there glowing with your mage armor.
Okay, so I just want to have an aside here and say that Ave is just entirely too trusting because I could just run away right now. That's all.
So yeah, so he's confronting, and Lawrence is trundling up the pier, and as Norallie just turns into a potted plant, Lawrence just stops and laughs like, yeah, real girlfriend, all right, huh? Look at that, imaginary. Yeah, is that what your magic does?
She's kind of imaginary sometimes.
Were you a plant for a minute or a turn? Until the start of your next turn. Okay.
One turn.
And so Ave is incensed and is going to run forward towards Lawrence. And Norallie, you as apparently your boyfriend dashes from your side. You revert back into being Norallie, and I mean Bright, you're there in a box.
Yeah. As long as I'm within 30 feet, I'm good. Okay,
Oh, I didn't
so
expect that to happen.
it was fun. Okay,
Usually
so
happens
hopefully
on
they'll
Thursday.
they'll start grappling soon. I'm expecting them to be grappling soon.
Yes. Lawrence is going to initiate a grapple, and is going to start giving Ave a noogie.
Okay, so as soon as
it's a
that
critical.
happens,
You know what?
critical noogie.
Yeah, he's going to get an atomic wedgie and a noogie on top of the atomic wedgie because the underwear is already up over the head, and that's just going to grind it in even further. Oh, help anytime! His voice goes up a little bit.
Okay, so as soon as he's grabbed, he gets an embiggen. He is a willing target.
Yes. He will accept your embiggen spell. Okay. So at that point, Lawrence is there, and it's just sort of giving this little Ave kid a noogie, and suddenly, and at that point too, I mean, it doesn't do anything to help the wedgie. It's just everything kind of grows with him here. But you have an atomic wedgied large size child on the pier that is looking down, and he's like, who's the one laughing now, Lawrence?
I mean, technically, it's me. The one laughing now
yes,
is
it
me.
is.
The best type of correct. Technically correct.
And he goes to grapple again, and is you know, it's like, yes, and Lawrence is just sort of like, stop, and is like kind of holding his hands back, like, what is going on? Guys, can you please can you help? I don't know. And the two ne'er-do-wells are gonna get up and join this scrap on the pier.
Hey, so I just I don't want to do anything just yet.
Okay.
I want to see how this plays out.
Sure. Norallie, are you doing anything as the ne'er-do-wells come up into the fray?
Well, I'm gonna pick Herbert back up and Yori up because they probably fell down when I turned into a plant.
We're really two plants.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. I will wait.
Okay.
And
The
do
ne'er-do-wells
his
come
armor,
up
that's fine.
and shove Lawrence, or not Lawrence, and shove Ave towards the edge of the pier.
I mean,
And
and
Ave starts slipping, and he just manages to like he's teetering on the edge, but he's trying to dig in as he's holding and trying to push back. But in this not quite sumo match, we have Ave is on the ropes here, as it's kind of a 3v1 despite him being large sized, and one of these kids is quite brutish. Gonna let this still play out, or do either of you want to take an action?
I'll have an action if Norallie doesn't.
I have a reaction if a certain thing happened.
Okay, then Bright, what would you like to do?
So I'm staying in my box, but I'm gonna say to the brutish kid, hey, brutish kid, I heard Lawrence said really mean things about your mom, and you should throw him in the river because of that.
Suggestion to one of the ne'er-do-wells? Okay.
To the ugliest one, yeah.
So this is a what save? Wisdom?
Wisdom save.
Does a 13 pass?
Oh, I have 15.
Okay. You said what? And the one looks over to Lawrence, who's, I didn't say anything. No. That box just told me what you said.
That child needs a psych check after this.
Pretty
Therapy.
much, yeah. And this will also shrink Ave. He'll go back to normal size.
Okay. And so he'll shrink down, and so now we have Lawrence is fighting a battle, a war on two fronts here, between the scrappy Ave and the suggested ne'er-do-well. And the other ne'er-do-well's like, come on, let's put him in the river already, and is going to try to finish the job here if possible. And that kid ends up apparently in the shrinking and everything, he ends up like slipping, and the second ne'er-do-well, the non-suggested one, just goes into the lake himself. And this is just now a maladjusted ne'er-do-well who's fighting against Lawrence, who's fighting against Ave. And Ave is going to
push forward.
No. And the shoving match continues, and Lawrence doesn't budge an inch.
Well, it's gonna. I mean, the suggestion is still in effect, so
Yeah.
it's not going anywhere.
And so the ne'er-do-well is gonna look over at yeah. You know what? Yeah, maybe you need to cool off a little bit because the water's cold, and you're not, and so you got to go in the water. Yeah, push. Lawrence is now starting to. He's grappled. He's trying to resist. And Lawrence, between Ave and the suggested child, ends up slipping and falls as the one kid is trying to like climb up the. He's like trying to climb up the ladder of the pier over here. Lawrence kind of slams him and sort of like cannonballs into the water along with the other ne'er-do-well who's trying to climb out. And the like I say surviving like the others are dead, but the ne'er-do-well on the pier just sort of like looks over like, yeah, that's right. Take that. Looks over at Ave. Like, I never had anything necessarily against you, but Lawrence, Lawrence picks on me too, and I don't want him to. And Ave's
hopefully,
like, yeah.
hopefully, Ave's out of the danger of falling into the water right now.
He hasn't walked away from the edge of the pier, but he's not being pushed.
So, I'm gonna kind of give Norallie a nudge, and I'll come out of my box. I'll give her a little nudge, and I'll just motion her to follow me.
Okay.
I think we should disappear into the night, or into the afternoon.
Yeah.
Or something.
Okay. I mean, a crowd's forming. Kids scrapping at a pier isn't necessarily an uncommon thing, especially with a known character like Lawrence here. So as you're kind of slipping away, you even hear some like, it's just Lawrence again. Yeah, it looks like someone finally put him in the drink. I hope he really cools off. That kid's such a hothead. It's easy enough for you to slip through the crowd as Ave is just like, yeah, he's bad-mouthing Lawrence as Lawrence is climbing up out of here. And Lawrence is just like almost like steaming, just like as he's so furious at this. And what? Oh, you want more? All right. And he turns around like, all right, guys, let's. Norallie, Bright, and Lawrence picks him up. Curse splash into the water.
Wait, how far are we? Are we still 6 feet within 60 feet?
You've slunk off.
Darn it. I was gonna feather fall. He got thrown in.
That would arguably make it worse because then you really know it's coming slowly.
Slowly settle into the water.
Why don't we just give him a hit of slow-mo while we're at it?
Yeah. Well. Okay. So that went just about like I expected. I told him he would get to throw him into the water. I didn't tell him what would happen after. I did warn him he was going to learn something else, though. And I have done my gnome deed for the day.
I added a picture to
Okay, Norallie, are you ready to go get onto the boat?
Yeah, we gotta. Well, we're not getting on the boat, quote unquote. But we need to go get Brayson, and we need a change.
Change what?
Our clothes.
Hey, they're not wet.
It's we're gonna disguise.
Onto the boat? Oh, I thought we would just turn invisible or something.
Well, what we do is we put Brayson on the boat, but because the boat is for fancy people, we need to look fancy so that they will take Brayson. And then we'll turn invisible and get on the boat. And then when we're not invisible, we'll already be fancy.
Okay. So do you have any disguises that fit me?
I don't.
Hey.
But you can do that one thing.
I mean, I can change the way I look. It's not hard. I'll turn into your niece again.
Well, I was thinking of doing using one of Mordecai's outfits because they look pretty cool. And he has one that's like a butler outfit, and I can put my hair up, and it would look nice. So maybe you should be a noble person. I'll be a butler. I'll be a small noble person, and I'll be a butler.
As long as she's a butler, she really doesn't care.
Yeah, you're really enjoying this butler thing. So what would a small noble person be? I mean, gnomes don't really have that. So I could maybe do a halfling, but I don't know if there are any noble halfling families around here.
Well, you could just be
I don't know any.
A noble's kid, and I can be escorting you.
Okay. So what's our story then?
We've already purchased tickets. We just need to procure transport for our thoroughbred donkey and unique thoroughbred chicken?
Yeah, of course. It's a very special chicken.
Yes.
Sure, you don't want
very
to just
unique,
carry the chicken with us?
No, you fancy people don't carry chickens.
No, but
Unless they're at a chicken show. That's the only time.
I mean, maybe it's a special show chicken.
Yeah, but we're not at a chicken show. You don't carry the chicken.
Be going to a chicken show.
I mean, yeah, but then we have to have. I mean, we could.
Just worried because Brayson's really special. He's got that blue wing and he lays the funny eggs, and I just worry that somebody would see him and take him. I mean, I know he's special to us, but to the rest of the world, he just looks like an ordinary donkey.
Yes.
He's an ordinary donkey.
The disguise is masterful. No one would suspect.
But yes, but they don't know he's a special thoroughbred donkey.
Yeah, okay.
Tell them.
Okay.
We could hold Mordecai, but he has to be in something like appropriate. Do we have like a box? Not a box, but like a carry crate.
Yeah, that seems like something we should be able to get or have. I don't have anything like that though. Where could we get something like that?
You want like a crate or something? There's.
I mean, like a bird cage, like one of those special fancy bird cages.
Oh, you could find stuff like that here at the piers because animals are shipped, and if not animals, then I mean supplements for them, like cages for in crates for flying.
Yeah, just like a regular bird cage. Yeah. Like somebody would keep like a parrot or something in, except we use it for chicken.
Sure. Yeah, you can find very fancy bird cages. Because
that's how we are.
Like.
Yeah. It has to be. I guess.
Has to be what? I'm sorry?
It has to be fancy enough so that they would believe that it's for a show chicken.
Okay. A cage that would look extremely fancy. It would cost, let's say 16 gold pieces. And this is a very fine bird cage that can fit Mordecai.
I can do that.
Now, it's not the best, if you want the best, but we're talking like 100 gold pieces. And that's like gem encrusted.
This is our traveling cage. It's not our finest one.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you writing that on a note and just sort of like sticky noting that on the side so everyone knows, like, we have better cages, but this is our traveling cage?
We'll just make sure it's extra.
Our other cage is a Porsche.
Yeah. All right, so you purchase a cage. Mordecai goes inside.
Yori is hiding within my tuxedo, or suit or whatever it is, and then Herbert. We'll leave Herbert with Brayson's thing.
Okay.
Now. We can get him later. That way he just looks like luggage.
Okay.
Alright.
So, I'll let you change. Checked out of the hotel, so I don't know that we have a room. So, maybe you can duck into an alley or something, and I'll keep watch. And if you see criminals, don't talk to them.
Fine.
She says begrudgingly.
I'll keep watch.
All right, so you're gonna do a magical girl change.
Yep.
Okay.
Switch into the butler costume that Mordecai had.
Okay. So yep. Mordecai's butler outfit. It's a little baggy in parts on you. I mean, you might have to either tuck or trim or something. In some
belt, way. Pull roll the sleeves a little.
Okay. So it fits. I mean, pretty well. I mean, Mordecai's tail hole is going to need a little adjustment for you as well, and just other things here and there. You think that you can generally pass as a butler?
Yes, I can.
So I'm gonna need you to do something for me. I'm gonna need you to. Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm gonna need you to. Norallie, because we're going to pretend that we are going to an exotic animal show, and you're pretty exotic right now. So, the part, and be traveling, quote unquote, you'll be traveling with Mordecai, but you won't really. You'll be traveling with me.
What? All right. So Peggy Sue is going to be riding in steerage with the donkey, or no, with Mordecai. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well. Anything else?
That should be all.
So
then...
what sort of person should I turn into?
Well, let's see. You can either be a noble person of short stature, or you can be a noble child that I am escorting. One of those two would probably work.
Yeah, I think the noble child. Do they have? So we have an organization. It's called 4G, and it's for gnomes who really like to work with animals, and it's like training for people who are going to be, veterinarians or something like that. And do you have anything like that here in Mesomasca?
Yeah, I think I don't remember what it's called. I think it had 4 in it though.
We'll call it
4T.
4T, yeah.
That seems.
Are you sure about that? I don't want this to go wrong.
Norallie, what are the 4 T's?
Training, taming, something else.
I think transportation has to be one of them. That's what we can be working on. Training, taming, transportation, and taking care of.
Yes. Probably not in that order. I think taming goes first.
Yeah, okay. So that seems like it'll work, and I'll just turn into probably a tiefling will be fine for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's your name gonna be?
Let me think. I mean, I don't really need to change my name.
Okay. Well, I need a tiefling name. So, do you have a good tiefling name for me? I'm gonna call myself Ika. I think that's a tiefling name that I really like.
Ika, yeah, that should be.
And what's a good family name? Maybe I can just use yours.
No, you can't use mine.
Okay. I'll make up a different one then. How does it work with tieflings? Don't you usually have family names that aren't really your family names? Like almost like how gnomes use nicknames for everything?
I think it's a family name basis on the most part.
Okay. Well, maybe it won't come up, or if it does, something up. Okay, so is she changed?
Yeah, I'm changed.
Okay.
So what was your name again?
Ika.
Ika?
Huh?
Just so
And for family, I'm just gonna go with. Oh, that's not a good one. Boy, all these names are weird. I'll just go with Hope. Hope is a good family name. Ika Hope.
Ego.
Okay, let's do this. Let's book tickets for our donkey and chicken.
Yep.
All right. So you, Ika Hope and I'm Norallie. Are you going by your name, or I'm sorry, what were you going by?
Just Norallie.
Just Norallie. All right.
Yep.
So Ika Hope is a tiefling noble child being escorted by her butler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna put on
Okay.
the disguise until we at least get to the line, because it only lasts for an hour.
Okay. So you reach the very well-to-do part of the piers, the dock district. It's not gated, but it's guarded, as you remember. And so things are definitely getting fancier. The buildings aren't as rickety, and the businesses are definitely more higher end. You're smelling a lot of different foods, like foreign foods. In fact, Bright, you even probably walk by a place that's preparing gnome cuisine. And it smells very authentic.
Wish we could stop, but we don't have time.
And you make your way to the ticket office for the large boat that will be departing tonight. There's a couple people in line. There's already stuff that's being loaded onto the boat. But I mean, the wait's not necessarily going to take that long, unless for some reason there's a reason for it to. Unless you're providing a reason for it to, then you're in line for like 15 minutes or so as people are booking past.
So I'll cast my while we're in line.
Okay, these guys.
Hopefully there's enough people that nobody will really notice.
Okay. Yeah, you could duck out of the way and do this, and yeah, when you come out, I mean, Norallie can give you some little pointers. Mainly, don't forget the horns. Those are good little pointers.
I wasn't gonna forget those. They look like ram horns. They're like sheep horns.
Oh,
me.
Okay.
They hide your food.
They're little and cute. So am
I. So you go to stand in the.
Oh goodness.
In the ticketing line here. And it's
I actually have sheep horns, but they're not here, so I can't put them on. They're upstairs.
Man.
We'll have to use the power of
So
imagination. They Venla, they would have ducked out of the way to discreetly do this here. This is an area that would actually have indoor plumbing, so maybe they went to go powder their noses, so to speak. All right, so the butler, who has the pack mule and all the supplies and all the other animals, you walk up to the ticket counter, and there's a tiefling here who is the service agent. Glances up at you with very like spring grass green eyes, no pupils.
Okay, so while I'm in the line, I want to look around and see what the tickets look like. If anybody's holding a ticket.
No one's like holding a ticket that's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
People
fine.
like have some papers or something, but it's not. There's nothing that looks like a ticket for the ship.
Okay, so that means he's probably not taking tickets right now.
Or maybe they don't take them till they're on the boat.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. You're approaching then?
Yep.
Okay.
As ready as we'll ever be.
So Bright, in Infernal, you are addressed by the tiefling ticket taker. Or ticket distributor.
I'll go up.
Okay.
And in Infernal, I will say. Yes. Good afternoon. We are boarding the ship tonight, and we have some prized animals to take with us. We need boarding for our thoroughbred donkey, and also some unique prize showbirds, unless we can carry them on with us.
Your animals would have to be put in with the other animals on the ship. Certainly, if you are expecting to have us transport them, we'll take care of them. There is an additional fee if you haven't already purchased it. What are your ticket numbers? What are your room numbers so that I can assign them as I issue you a ticket?
Yes, one moment. Shoot. I'm going to just go through the pocket and look for a number and kind of whispered Bright, do you have a number?
I don't have any numbers.
You can cast darkness and that'll change numbers.
Sir, we've already showed you our tickets. It was when we were in line before, and we animals with us. We're ready to check them now.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Flea
check
doesn't
them,
have
but
+3.
I don't.
These are the droids you're looking for.
I'm going to need. I'm going to need some way to attach them to you so that they're recorded and we know to whom they're going to go, so that there's no mix-ups. I would hate for you to have a. And he's looking back at you, and Bright in reflex he's responding in common because you were speaking in common, but then sort of stops, and what? In common and infernal, do you have a preference of language?
I prefer common. My family is very serious about assimilation, and we want to make sure that we're always understood, and not everybody understands infernal. So we always prefer to speak in common when we're out and about.
Roll deception, please.
Oh no.
Ooh!
Oh.
Don't know if that'll help.
Sure, why not?
Okay. How many more sorcery points do you have left for the day?
This was the first I've used, so I have 6 more.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The yep, that was before you rested in the other place before your breakfast. Gotcha. All right. Sure. So when another creature you can see makes an attack roll ability check, so yeah, you can roll a d4 as you bend luck.
What's to roll it? I think it's your roll.
No, you roll it.
Okay.
No, you.
Oh, we didn't bend it very far. We didn't want to risk breaking it.
I am not sure that I can help you. Pardon me. We certainly wish to offer the best experience that we can, and that does include some measures of security and, to put it bluntly, some suspicion. As you can imagine, there are many people who would wish to harm our guests, and I believe that I'm not quite convinced at your circumstances. If you have papers, then perhaps we can come to an understanding before I would have to make some sort of a security arrangement.
Don't. Norallie? Is this the part where we cheese it?
How cheesy do you want to do?
Just turn you and the donkey invisible, and I'll make my own way.
Is there any other like ticket people here?
There's, I don't know. In the booth, there's probably just the one person right now.
There's no other booths.
There are for other ships.
I was gonna pull out. I want to speak to your manager or just go somewhere.
You could try and demand that. You're not nearly middle-aged enough to be able to just get instant results, though, to just demand that. And
Okay. So this is the part where I gave my aside to Norallie that she should turn herself and the donkey invisible, and I'm waiting for that to happen.
Well, I can't do it in front of people. Because then they'll know.
So nothing happens.
Okay, hold on. So I'll continue going through my pockets, and I'll be like, "Oh, my apologies, madam. I believe I misplaced the tickets. They might be in the luggage. Let's step out of line."
Okay.
You're definitely being watched very hawkishly by this green-eyed tiefling.
Yep.
As you step aside and you're patting down your butler pockets.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm out of suggestions now.
Magically and mundanely.
Do you have like illusion?
I have lots of illusions. It's just that's not what we were trying to do.
I know. But we can illusion up some papers just to get him on
but
board.
I don't know what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna go through like our stuff and be like, "Jeez." I mean, he can't watch us forever because he's giving out tickets, so we can slip away.
Yeah, sure.
If need be.
Sure. I will take a stealth at disadvantage. As the both of you, the donkey, the chicken, the flying snake, and the animated plant are trying to slip
With an
out
advantage. Oh no.
All right, so with a 9 and a 7,
Well, we're not trying to like sneak onto the, trying to like.
Oh no, I understand, but you're trying
those
to.
rules you're not.
Yep.
And so the you two are just sort of like do, and you take off. I mean, you don't have to take off running, but you're definitely like you're trying to get out of there, and it's just very obvious and awkward. And for a moment, the green-eyed tiefling just sort of stands up and is looking in your direction. And well, at that point, you have your backs to the tiefling, and you're booking it through the piers.
Okay.
Now, how far are we going?
So, I have a plan B.
Feet.
I have a plan B. Because we would have to book Brayson on a different boat. See, we don't necessarily
book him individually.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. We can just book him. This is just so silly. We can just book him as cargo. Tell them that somebody will pick him up, and we'll make up names of the people who will pick him up at the other end, and then gets there, then we'll pick him up. Be there, and we'll just have to carry our own stuff for like just from the pier to the hotel. There's probably a hotel right by the pier. We can stay in for a night if we have to.
At this point, it'd probably just be faster just to walk.
I'm okay with walking. I'm okay with that.
At this point, I am.
two of the security guards for the pier here are walking by, and one's talking to the other. Like, yeah, and I guess there was a donkey and a plant, I think, and just yeah. Be on the lookout. I imagine it's hard to miss.
Yeah. So you may want to turn yourself and Bryson invisible.
I mean, if we're just gonna walk, we might as well just leave. We don't need here.
Yeah, I'm okay with walking. That's what I wanted to do in the first place. It's just
walk.
Okay.
Thought it'd be easier to sneak on.
Well, it's easier when
you need
you
a room number to book your donkey.
You're not bringing a donkey. I've never stowed away with a donkey before. That definitely is a complicating factor.
Yeah, I mean.
I think we should have just turned the donkey invisible.
Yeah, but people would bump into him. He's rather big.
Well, I mean, once he's in the cargo, they wouldn't. Which donkey he is, and then we just sneak him out again right when we get there. Okay,
Yeah,
so if you wanna walk, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
It'll be a long trip, but we'll have time to practice our magic, and it'll just be like when we walked here from.
Yeah. And then, you're all upset about, the people thinking we weren't going on a boat. So we're not going to go on a boat now.
That'll be nice, but we'll probably, remember how many vampires we met on the way here? So.
We didn't meet any of them because,
we
we're good.
We ran away from them. That's kind of like meeting them. I mean, meeting them on the road doesn't mean we met them personally.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So I guess we're gonna head out now.
Okay.
Where are you gonna try and slink to?
Sport.
We're just gonna start walking out of town.
Okay. Go ahead and Each of you can make another stealth at disadvantage to try and get out of the guarded area where they seem to be looking for you. Once you leave this area, I doubt there's really going to be too much.
Norallie, why don't we use an invisibility to get out of the, to slip past the guards? Okay. And that'll be for you and the donkey, and I will just...
No, I cast that at 4, so I can get you invisible too. Or, yeah.
Oh, so all three of us can be invisible. That's nice. Okay. That saves me having to change my disguise.
Okay.
Do you want me to cast for Mordecai?
No, because you can carry Mordecai.
Yeah.
Yeah, would Mordecai be an item? Or a being?
I mean, if you're carrying it, it doesn't say.
And I always assume Yori's in my clothing.
Okay, so the three most noticeable of you all. I do need a D20 roll though for your invisibility, unless you want to have a chaotic thing happen.
Can I just fireball the pier?
I can offer the ability to or the possibility to roll it, but no.
No.
All right, you close the door in time, and a wild magic effect does not happen as you are casting invisibility here. All right, so you are the three of you, an invisible tiefling, donkey, and gnome, walk into a bar. You manage to make your way out. As you do, you pass by the
except
guards.
the gnome, she was short enough to pass under it.
Yeah, and so you're walking by, and the ones who are looking out for you, one's like, oh, why don't we just check out the pillow houses? I mean, if we're looking for an ass or a really big Clark, and the other one just yells at the other guard, and he's like, the pier, nah, another fight, and the guards dash off.
I thought that was gonna be a donkey pun.
And that's convenient. Definitely convenient.
convenient enough to let your DM administer a joke, so it works.
Okay, so
we're walking.
And we're on the road.
On the road again.
Alrighty. And so our heroes left Lake Right Eye.
I'll stay in my Butler outfit until it's convenient.
Okay. Traveling, you could travel along the river if you'd like. There's very well traveled and established paths. If you want to cut through the open grassland, I mean, you all don't necessarily need a road. There's no, there's no wildflower patches or anything that are known to be here. How would you like to approach this?
Off-road might be safer.
I think off-road is better. We won't meet as many vampires.
Okay.
So we have this expensive gilded cage now.
Mordecai's happy.
Probably pawn it off in Westport. Or, Mordecai can keep it. She looks really pretty. She looks really pretty in there. Plus, this way, it's easier to carry because I don't have to use two hands. One hand on hand. Much easier.
Okay.
All right.
Plus, we can put it places, and we don't have to worry about Mordecai wandering off because she does that a lot. I don't know if you noticed, but she does.
No, Mordecai is more your responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it makes things better, I'm just thinking maybe when we get to Westport, we can trade it for a expensive cage and 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, probably do that.
All right. So your first day.
Or we could put Mordecai in a chicken show. I think she would do good.
Yeah, I don't know if chicken show is a real thing. We didn't get to that part of the story because we didn't have papers.
Papers, please.
I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
All right, so you're slipping out at night then? I mean, because it's only ever going to get darker at this point of the day. Or do you want to try and go back to the normal areas?
We're slipping out at whatever time we can get out.
Sure. Okay, I mean
we're already packed.
Once you've cleared the well-to-do area, and there's not going to be any private guards or whatever that are that are stalking you because they're concerned with what they're paid with being concerned about. So you slip out and your overland journey begins. So day one is going to see you mostly traveling through the forest, especially if you are going to be taking a non-established road.
That's fine. And Piggy Sue will go up every once in a while, and I'll just take a quick peek around from 100 feet up.
Okay, yeah. So every once in a while, just this little chubby unicorn just breaches the canopy and scouts around and feeds you some information. Beautiful springtime. I mean, the days are only bringing a little bit more warmth. And day two sees you now leaving the forest and crossing overland. And it does begin to rain. And it's just kind of... It's cold and miserable. Grass and flowers love it. I mean, Bright, the world is coming alive in the springtime. You're seeing more shoots of fresh grass or some springtime bulbs that are blooming here and there. Okay.
So, I don't feel very good. I'm feeling...
No?
I feel like I kind of have a headache. What do you do you feel okay?
I feel alright at the moment. A little annoyed that we couldn't get on the boat because, well, it's not that bad walking, but like you walk a lot.
Oh, it keeps you healthy. Although I agree, it would have been nice to be able to rest, especially with me feeling like this. But you're sure you're feeling okay?
Yeah. Maybe we should have bought another donkey, and then we could have both just rode. You can ride on Grayson for a while. He won't mind.
Oh, do you ever feel like sometimes when your head hurts and it's like if you open your eyes, it's like the sky is too bright and everything has stars?
Um, no, not really. I don't get headaches often.
Okay. Feel better in the morning.
Hopefully.
Okay. And when we pitch camp, I always cast alarm.
Yep.
Just in case.
Okay. Another day of travel.
This will be the third day?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can arrive exhausted at night, or you can sleep in the wilds one more day and arrive, prior to the afternoon. If you want to push it, you can arrive tonight.
Probably could push to the.
I would rather just
sleep and then during the next day.
That's what we're gonna find when we get there, and it could be full of vampires, or there could be martial law, or maybe there's more gangsters. I don't even know. There's lots of stuff potentially
Well,
there.
hopefully too much hasn't changed.
So, and I still don't feel very good. So today, with my head hurting, so I think I would rather just stop outside of town.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's nice sleeping in the tent. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of little springtime critters like that. I don't know. You're going over the grasslands, the open lands. There's a bunch of little baby bunnies and some bugs, and again the world's waking up. So you can have some interesting conversations, Bright, along the way.
Probably won't be very talkative. All the chirping is just too loud for me right now.
Well, Norallie, if you want to have a conversation with animals, they'll just kind of look at you, go, just make noises. But
I might snuggle Peggy Sue and say, "You remember when you used to talk like that with the little chirps? It's been a long time, but I can turn you back now if we want." I'll let you decide if you're still enjoying being an alicorn, or if you want to be something else. And decide when you want to be. Although I think being an alicorn is a lot of fun because you can fly and you can see things that you just couldn't when you were just a bug. Maybe you're.
Yeah,
sometimes people get homesick. Maybe you're getting body sick.
She kind of struts and just turns in circles, kind of flexes a little bit, and seems to be happy for now. But Peggy Sue is presumably understanding your intentions here. Okay. After traveling for a while on the road, oh heck, I had my on the road screen I could have gone back to. Beautiful and wonderful, open countryside, rolling hills.
On the road again.
Yeah. Shame on me.
That's 4 days of rations used.
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe we should have bought some rations.
You still have plenty. You can.
All right. Then what we'll do is you all. I guess it's a you all, but you are arriving.
Oh wait, I have cookies. Yeah, I'll be fine.
As much as you want to argue, cookies aren't real food.
Yeah, I can give you rations if you need more, but they're vegetarian, so you might not enjoy them as much. But they're healthy and they'll keep you from going hungry.
I reckon what we'll do here is the two of you are.
I see we've reached the end of the world.
What's that?
See that we've reached the end of the world.
Oh. There's quite a variety of people here. It is a large, bustling city. You've walked through some farmland and whatnot.
So it's just a blank screen for me.
Really?
Oh.
That's Weird.
Is the map on the GM layer?
I see it.
Should be on the token layer. I'll put on the map layer. Does that help any?
Okay, yeah, I see it now. I don't know what the deal was.
Okay.
I don't have. Oh well.
So yeah, big bustling city. You hear, bells sounding in the distance. People of many makes and models. Lots of interesting mamminals are walking around. It's a very overcast day, and much as you're seeing in the picture here, it might rain, but it's really just blocking a lot of sun, so it's kind of chilly and cool. And I think what we can do here for you all before we start any sort of shenanigans in the big city is we can call the adventure here.
But I want to start all the shenanigans.
But you got to be able to follow through, and I don't want to have to forget shenanigans over the course of the
Well,
week.
we botched our last shenanigans, so I'm fine with not starting anymore. we had 2 shenanigans. One was a success and one was not. So I'm okay with quitting while we're ahead on shenanigans.
Meanwhile, in the desert, how do we do basic survival, let alone shenanigans?
If anything, we should be shocked on the amount of shenanigans we managed to pull, and the fact that you're prisoners of war. How can you possibly commit shenanigans? Oh, we found ways. We have found ways.
Yes.
We have found all of the ways.
Oh, not all the ways. I haven't ended up pulling out some of my best material yet.
We haven't done a heist yet to do that.
That is true. The heist, I guess, is in the works, but the heist has not yet been pulled off.
So,
That's
Wu, do you
heist.
need rations from me?
Well, if we're in the city, we can, I think.
Oh, so you just used up your last ration? Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
that was my last
Okay.
one.
Okay.
All right. Well, as for the presentation, hey, thank you for another awesome week. I had a ton of fun, and we can all hang out together for a while as much as y'all want. We're waiting for the signal flare all the way from Australia to go up that the gathering of nerds have gathered and are getting ready to play.
Yep.
At the end of the desert stuff, did we get a long rest? Or have we not rested yet?
You have not rested yet because I don't know. You and Selene are just on standby, but Seltur's gonna go out and carouse, and so something could happen that could require your resources.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, until Seltur settles down, and no shenanigans have.
Okay, I want you to consider what you just said.
I'm fully aware of what I just said.
Your camera went skewing.
So, oh jeez, yeah.
And now we get the wonderful bit of Derek taking off makeup.
So this is similar to the Beastie Boys, except localized. It's No Sleep Till Brooklyn for you all.
And I assume that Norallie and Bright got long rests.
Oh yeah.
Before coming
You were
into
able to, even if it's kind of miserable out. I mean, you had a tent and everything. You all could stay warm and dry. You're off the beaten path. So luckily, through the throw of the dice, no creatures decided to come and disturb you or try to eat you or.
And also, hopefully, like sometime during the trip, Bright would have had an opportunity to transcribe those spells into her book.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have downtime, kind of. I mean, you could camp unless you want to take an entire day to just not move. You could set up camp when it's starting to get dark, and then you don't have to just sleep 8 hours and get up and march again. You could, take some time to transcribe along the way. That's fine.
Okay. As far as the money we got from the wizard shop, the thing that we were missing is if we accounted, because I paid for Norallie's Awaken Scroll out of the money that I was getting for mostly for the Superior Healing Potion, but also for my brooch. But Norallie was also talking about selling her shoes.
I just had the 200 on me.
Okay, so you did, and that's where you got your money from.
Yeah.
Sure that nothing, like no extra money appeared or disappeared. in an untoward fashion.
Yeah, I have.
The shopkeeper, but not the DM.
Yes.
Yeah, I have 214 because I also paid for the cage.
Okay. All right. So everything is square then.
Who knows when the time is gonna sync up either? How we're gonna get together?
Well,
Hopefully I
leave
can
that for
find
your
those ones.
DM to figure out. Until then,
Or at least one
do
of
what
them.
you're gonna do and hopefully have fun doing it. And be frustrated,
Yeah.
but also have fun.
I was hoping sending would work. Oof.
Yeah.
You got a clue though. It was
Yeah.
it was not without some information at least. It wasn't a completely futile effort.
Some information was gained.
You also, Coffee, you filled in information that at least Lethality didn't externalize about the recovery that was given to Selene.
Oh yeah, because the
So Lethality was like, well, I lost the holy symbol, like I didn't get anything from it. And last week I said, no, you got something from it. It was not it was not a complete bust. And so unless I missed it while y'all were table talking and I was nuking chimichangas, when you were, when you said, no, we learned something about this caster, that could be a vital clue of some kind. So
yeah,
yep.
because I as a player went and looked it up.
Ah. That's okay. In an instance like that, I mean, I figured that an effect like that would probably be presumed or known by the players, and it's a holy effect. I'm like, so if Selene can cast it also eventually at some point in time, these are healing arts or whatever, and I don't even mind that you got it as Mordecai. That's perfectly fine. I'm just glad it was brought up that hey, this was actually a clue. This was something that could be used or taken advantage of, or to at least consider in terms of
in terms of his power.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna jump out of voice.
Yep, no
All
problem.
right.
I'm gonna go and
Good
take a
night.
break, and then
Games, puzzles.
when we come back, I don't know, we could probably play some Quiplash together until Lethality goes live, which will probably be in about a half hour or so. So I don't know, we'll see what we'll get into.
I gotta go to bed.
All right.
Yeah, I
night.
might need to turn in early tonight, by my standards anyway.
If you're not feeling great,
Okay.
Yeah.
get some rest.